Hello, beloveds. Welcome to A Spiritual Remedy. My name is Sunshine Day, your spiritual living coach. Welcome to another segment of A Viewer Asked. So a viewer asked me about making amends. Man, for those of us who are in recovery and it comes part to make amends, I have a little formula that helps me stay humble, but also helps me to make direct amends wherever possible. So it has a lot of A's in it. So first is admit. I must admit to the person the harm that I caused. Here's what I did. I borrowed $500 from you. I didn't pay you back. I, messed around when we were together, or I lied about you, or I talked about you behind your back. It's important to just come right out and admit the wrong that I did. Next thing is acknowledge. Acknowledge that your behavior caused them harm. I did XYZ and I know it hurt you. I know it caused you harm. I borrowed $500 from you. I said I was going to pay you back. I never did. And I know that it caused you harm because now you've been out $500 for 5 years or however long. Acknowledge that your behavior caused hurt to that person. Ask the question, what was that like for you? Because I think it's important when we're having a conversation, in particular with people that we've caused harm to, we can make up all kinds of stuff as to how we've harmed them. But it's important to ask them, what was that like for you when I didn't pay you back? What was it like for you when I was yelling and screaming at you for no reason? So we have this opportunity to really hear from the other person how our behavior impacted them. Next is accept. Accept responsibility. Accept responsibility for the harm that you've caused and your behavior and the actions. So what does that look like? I'm prepared to pay you back $500 plus interest, or I'm no longer living that way. I recognize that I hurt you, that I harmed you. I recognize that and I accept responsibility. I'm responsible for what happened. Let them know what it is you're willing to do to make amends. So I'm accepting responsibility by paying you back. I'm accepting responsibility by never behaving in that way again. I'm accepting responsibility by changing my ways of being. But beyond that, the next thing to do is to ask again, what can I do? What do you need from me to be made whole, or so that we can be complete? Because the amends process is not necessarily about righting the wrong as much as it is about getting complete with that person and repairing the harm. What next steps can I take to repair the harm so that you're made whole, so that you feel whole, so that you feel and that you know that I'm deeply saddened by the hurt that I've caused you, and that we repair this relationship if it's repairable, or that you at least feel like you've been seen and heard and acknowledged and appreciated. And for me, that's what the amends process is. It's not about, okay, well, I cleaned it up and we're good now. That's like a half step. It's not about the right or wrong. It's about repairing the relationship and repairing the harm as much as possible. That's what amends mean. Amends is to mend the brokenness, the incompleteness of that relationship. So for me, the amends process that I go through is a little bit more beyond just kind of saying, I'm sorry, I won't do that again. Please forgive me. It is about admitting the wrong, acknowledging the hurt that I've caused, asking what it was like for you so I get a better understanding of the depth of my hurt, of the hurt that you've experienced, accepting the responsibility and changing myself so that I'm no longer behaving that way and hurting people in my life, and then asking what else I need to do to repair that harm. So if you have questions that you would like me to answer, make sure to leave it in the comments below. I'll read them and I can feature you in one of our next episodes of A Viewer Asked. Until then, know that you are loved and supported. Bye for now.